Two more big news stories out of Europe right now about what's going on with the gas shortages. Gazprom has said that even though Canada has backed down and has authorized the export of the gas turbine that has been part of the center of dispute for the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline, apparently Gazprom, the owner of the pipeline over in Bear Country, they're saying that Canada is not letting them export it, even though they're saying they're going to export it, that there's documents that can't be had. And so therefore, Gazprom cannot guarantee gas supplies to Germany anymore and to the rest of Europe. So what we're seeing there is we're not getting our way, so therefore we're not going to give you what you want, which is gas. Remember that this gas is the only thing propping up much of the European Union's economy out there. We have people who just can't do simple math. You can't threaten somebody who owns your house. You know what I mean? Because they're just going to kick you out onto the street. It's when you are completely and utterly dependent upon someone else, picking a fight with them is just a bad idea. And that's what we see happening over in Europe. One of the few sane countries over there in Europe, Hungary, has authorized stockpiling natural gas. They are authorizing to stockpile more natural gas in the event that natural gas stops flowing, which would be the sane thing to do. So they're cutting back usage, and they are increasing imports of natural gas in order to stockpile natural gas for the winter coming up to make sure that they can take care of their own citizens. Meanwhile, in Germany, they are burning through their stockpile of natural gas because they don't have the courage to shut down their government and shut down their industry, or actually make sure that they can secure the gas that they need. They're just playing the worst of both worlds. How this is going to play out in Europe is there is going to be a meltdown of epic proportions when Germans and French and other people in Europe who have thought that they could bully the country to their east to no end with no consequences. Now, for those out there who say, we knew what the consequences would be, and yet we believed it to be important enough to stand our ground and do this, okay. But most people out there who denied that there were going to be any consequences, because here's the thing. When Bear Country invaded that country, okay, we were told that the sanctions would bring Bear Country to its knees. Bear Country has not been brought to its knees. In fact, it's exporting more oil, more natural gas at higher prices than ever before. They're going to export more grain. They're mysteriously getting more grain from somewhere. Guess where they're getting that from. Accusations that they're stealing it from where they're invading makes perfect sense. So they're exporting more goods at higher prices. Their currency is stronger than it was before. Does that sound like a country that's been brought to their knees? Honestly, does it sound like that? But yet here we are sitting around discussing the European Union falling to its knees. Is that what this was sold as before? Was this sold, we're actually going to make those guys stronger over there, but we're going to destroy the European economy? Because, shooting your allies, wounding them critically, is probably not the best strategy in battle. you're supposed to actually be trying to hit the other guys, not your friends. And that's exactly what seems to be happening right now. We're hitting our friends with economic damages, and we don't seem to be scratching the paint of those other guys over there that we're supposedly trying to target. We're driving them into the arms of the Iranians and to the dragon country over there. We are strengthening significantly ties between them. We have forced India to side with them because we are making India extremely dependent upon their oil. We're forcing Brazil to break ties with the United States and our allies so that they can connect more strongly to where they get their fertilizer from, which is bear country and dragon country. Why does it seem like we are getting our butts handed to us in this economic? I mean, it's like an episode of Barney Fife, okay? We're just... Everything that we're supposedly doing, we are accomplishing the exact opposite of that. These leaders are the people who are leading us into the greatest recession and economic catastrophe since World War II. How much of it is their own making? We could discuss that, debate that. But here's the simple fact, is that we are going into a very critical food shortage time, partly having to do with what's happening up in the sky with the sun. Okay? We're moving into a phase of cooling. And that's not really in dispute. Okay, people are suppressing it, but NASA and everyone else agrees that the solar phases are happening, and that this is going to impact temperatures and such. Oh, NASA, what was that again? How is that going to impact temperatures? Less solar energy coming to Earth is going to make temperatures go... Oh, wait, no, that's going to make temperatures go this way, isn't it? Oh, that's right. Okay, I know that's against the agenda and everything. So I understand why you just keep taking those reports and trying to make them disappear, even though they're factually correct, you know. But we have systems with supply chains that are crumbling. We have all sorts of problems out there. We have a time of dire situations that are going to come to a head. And when you look at the leadership around the Western countries and empires, we are seeing a severe lack of competency, a absolute lack of courage, and no dedication whatsoever to truth. Just BS, making things up and then pretending like those things are true. That's where we are. You could disagree with the direction our countries are going in, the choices that are being made, but one thing you cannot argue is the execution has been horrific. Why are we moving into recession when we're supposed to be making the other guys go into recession? Why are our allies about to collapse when it's supposed to be the other guys that are supposed to be about to collapse? Those are honest questions. Because we've been told that the people at the top are super smart. They know how to move all the money levers, and they know how to do everything. We were told that there would be no inflation, that inflation was transitory after they told us there wouldn't be any inflation. It's going to be transitory. It's just a little blip on the radar. And yet here we are, months and months and months later, and yet it's just getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. I'm sorry, but I don't think transitory means what you think it means. Why are we listening to the people that told us, all these things? Every time the experts, quote unquote, open their mouths, they're wrong. Why are we listening to them? We should be listening to one of those number 8 magic balls, because it would be more accurate than these experts out there. doing nothing would have been far, far more useful than a lot of the things we've done. And doing smart things, I mean, if we were to do those things, wow, we would be in a whole different boat right now. So the people at the top are dramatically impacting where we are across Europe, across the United States, gas, oil, everything. Buckle up, pay attention to what's going on, and do what you can to become more self-sufficient and to get yourself and your family into a better place. Hopefully you're doing some great things today. Hopefully you're making plans for doing things tomorrow and the next day, to this weekend coming up, to get yourself more self-sufficient and to learn new skills and to gain more assets that are under your control. All right, folks, I'm pulling for you. And if you like this video, you might want to check out this video right here. Otherwise, I will see you later. Steve Poplar, out.